the Titans dispatching their general manager amidst an AFC South championship season.
What the hell was that about today? Are we going to find out like the real story, or is it just like,
if I had to guess,
hey, A.J. Brown lit us up, we didn't re-sign him, you're out?
I think it could be that.
That is insane.
I think it could be that. And as I mentioned when the news first came out, when the news first hit in the first hour of the program, my first thought was, okay, A.J. Brown traded away on draft night, rather get a new kid who's the same comp as him in terms of his height and his weight and speed and the whole business, the whole package. Let's get the young kid and hope he's the next A.J. Brown rather than paying A.J. Brown to stay.
Right.
And now this team is a lot of Derrick Henry, and if there's no Derrick Henry, who else?
Right.
And who's taking the top off? Who's the guy that outside of Derrick Henry, the defensive coordinators playing them are afraid about? Circling. Can't let this guy beat us. Because if you're circling Derrick Henry and say, we can't let this guy beat us, and he doesn't beat you, then what now? And A.J. Brown just lit them up.
Did he?
And Philadelphia is 11-1. And
I mean, even though, shout out Treylon Burks, like before he got hurt in the Philly game, that wasn't a touchdown catch, an amazing catch.
Yeah, I know.
The 2 games previous, he'd been balling, 11 catches for almost 200 yards.
But he had the dreaded turf toe before it. I believe it's what he was hurt.
Yeah, he had a slow start.
And so he was hurt, and now he's back, and A.J. Brown is A.J. Brown. And I just can't shake out of my skull Mike Vrabel on this show back in the spring prior to the draft when I asked him about the A.J. Brown trade rumors, and this is what he had to say. Is A.J. Brown on the trade block, Mike Vrabel?
As long as I'm the head coach, I love A.J. professionally, personally. I've gotten to know him well as his coach and enjoy seeing him as much as I possibly can. So, as long as I'm the coach here, I would want to have A.J. Brown on my football team.
A couple weeks later, he was traded. And clearly, Mike Vrabel is not making the roster decisions there because you just heard how he wanted A.J. Brown on the team. As long as I'm the coach here, I would want him here. He's still the coach there. And that's the reigning coach of the year saying that. And a guy who is so plugged into his team and they to him. It's uncanny. And now the general manager who made this decision, it appears, is out right after A.J. Brown torches him. What else could there be? I know that you're already seeing on Twitter there has to be something else. There has to be something else because this is a team that's going to win their division. They will have a home playoff game.
Yeah.
Okay?
It could be. Something like that happening kind of so abruptly just doesn't pass the smell test.
Right now,
doesn't pass the sniff test.
Right now, it would be a rematch. If the season ended today, it would be a rematch of the game we saw 2 weeks ago, Cincinnati at Tennessee, the same game that cost them last playoffs, the same team that bounced them last year. And I don't believe Cincinnati's going to be there. You know, I think Cincinnati's going to win this division. I feel that. The Ravens will have an opportunity in front of my face to prove me wrong when I call their game against the Browns in a couple of Saturdays. But what else could there be? I don't know. There's always stuff bubbling beneath the surface. But coach says, as long as I'm the coach, I want him here. Not as long as I'm the coach, we're trading him. Well, the reigning coach of the year, then a few weeks later, saw him traded on draft night. And then even though the rookie they replaced him with had a tremendous touchdown grab, you could see when Derrick Henry wasn't working, there was no other gear. And Burks was out. There's nothing else there. There's no oomph there. And the other team that just beat him has a ton of oomph. They ran for 300 some odd yards the week before and passed for 300 some odd yards this time. And A.J. Brown was the guy who punked him. Punked. Had one touchdown called back because he had a toe on the line, and then the next play, he runs the defender over, and the defender's the one called for illegal contact as he is wide open for the touchdown anyway on the next play.
Ridiculous, man.
And maybe an owner looks at the general manager and is like, okay, I can't have this. I don't know what else. That's just pure speculation answering a question. Yeah. What happened? Yeah. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.